Kent Hughes and the Montreal Canadiens have made several good moves over the course of the offseason. They added a big right-shot defenseman in Noah Dobson. They added a gritty yet skilled winger in Zachary Bolduc. But despite all of this, despite everything, there's still a lot of Habs fans out there looking for more. They're looking for a second-line centerman. And unless you've been living in a cave somewhere, Mason McTavish is a name that continues to pop up. There's a lot of people out there that seem to want him. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this player. But before we begin, before we dive into this hot topic, I want to tell you that today's video is indeed brought to you by Miraj Trading. And if you're big into collecting hockey cards, if you're going to be on the hunt for an Ivan Demidov Young Guns card this season, let me tell you something. MirageTrading.com is the best spot to satisfy your online card shopping needs. You can find all their links in the description of today's video. But now we're going to get back to talking about a young man who's got a literal bird's nest sitting on the top of his head in some of these photos. I'm talking, of course, about Mason McTavish. Alright, let's build a bit of a background here. In 2021, Mason McTavish was selected third overall by the Anaheim Ducks. That following season, he would go on a complete rampage for the Hamilton Bulldogs, even putting up 29 points in 19 playoff games. And he would also go on to win a gold medal for Team Canada in the World Juniors. The kid was clutch. Now each year, since breaking into the National Hockey League, this kid has been getting better and better. Last season, he led the Anaheim Ducks in goals with 22, and his 52 points was only outproduced by Troy Terry, who managed to put up 55. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about an incredible talent, and out of all the trade rumors and all the players that I've seen fans showing interest in over the course of this offseason, Mason McTavish is the only guy who truly stands out to me because, in my opinion, he would fit this Habs lineup like a glove. He's a 22-year-old left-shot centerman, which is something that the Canadiens desperately need. He's built like a fridge, man. He's like a fridge on skates. He's pretty good at the face-off dot. He's good playing his position. And the cherry on top is that this kid's potential is unbelievably high, okay? He's already a good second-line centerman right now, but he's got the potential to go above and beyond that. This kid, he's a winner. The numbers don't lie. And if the Anaheim Ducks were looking to get rid of him for real, if I was Kent Hughes, I'd be dialing Pat Verbeek's number so often, it'd be borderline harassment, okay? I'd be relentless. So what are the options? Well, there's two different options when it comes to targeting Mason McTavish right now. Kind of. Because option number one is not even really an option. And it's the good old Mark Bergevin up-your-ass offer sheet. Yes, of course. It's already been 4 years. You see, McTavish is currently without a contract, which means he's a restricted free agent. Rumor has it right now that two of these sides have been working on a deal, but they've been butting heads over term. And while yes, offer sheets might even become more and more popular as time goes on around the NHL, just as the St. Louis Blues. But the problem in this particular situation is no matter how much money you're willing to toss at Mason McTavish, Anaheim's just got a shit ton of cap space. And they're just going to match whatever you throw his way because obviously they're not going to lose him for nothing. I mean, what will the Birds do? My God, you're going to destroy the entire habitat down there. Which brings us to option number two, the more realistic option. Acquiring Mason McTavish by trade. And don't let all the phony little rumors that you've been hearing fool you, because the Anaheim Ducks have a lot more leverage than you think in this game. You see, they've got no reason at all to trade this kid. So if you want to make an offer for him, you're going to have to swing for the fences. And you're going to have to make a deal that the majority of Habs fans are probably going to cry over. Temporarily. I mean, it always stings at first. So let's put the salary cap aside for a minute. I'm going to talk about some of the crazy shit that I've seen out there. I've seen a guy like David Reinbacher's name getting tossed out there quite a bit as bait in like a one-for-one situation. But to be completely honest with you, and as crazy as this may sound, I just don't think it's enough to get the job done. Because on one hand, you've got a proven player like Mason McTavish, who's already made his mark at just 22 years old and who's only going to get better. And on the other hand, you got a player that's been injured every single season since he's been drafted. And look, again, for the record, that's not me trying to rip on him, okay? I'm just trying to be completely honest here. From the Ducks' perspective, unless David Reinbacher is a player that they've scouted in the past and it's a player that they're super confident in, I highly doubt that David Reinbacher by himself is going to be enough to persuade Pat Verbeek. Just saying. Now, I've also seen a lot of people tossing out Michael Hage's name, which would sting pretty badly, okay? Since the day this kid's been drafted, it's almost like I've been emotionally attached to him somehow. I just really want to see this kid play out his career in Montreal. And once again, if I'm the Anaheim Ducks, if he's the main piece that the Canadians are offering me, I wouldn't be able to bite. I mean, Mason McTavish is already the player that you're hoping a guy like Michael Hage eventually evolves into. He's already him. So it's the same story all over again. There would just had to be multiple moving parts in order to make a deal like this happen, and it wouldn't be easy. So personally, I think a trade is unlikely to happen in this situation. And before I wrap this up, I just want to remind everybody something really important, that there's been no concrete evidence at all supporting that the Anaheim Ducks are willing to trade Mason McTavish, okay? There's been no evidence of a trade request. Please don't fall for any of that bullshit that you've been reading online. The truth is, this is a young, restricted free agent that Habs fans have been just dreaming about lately. And this video is something that I decided to make because I've actually had quite a few people ask me about it. And also, I really do like the player. And I'll even admit it. I'll say it. McTavish would be the perfect fit for the Montreal Canadiens. He's got that dog in him. And if you've ever watched him play, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hypothetically speaking, having Suzuki and McTavish as a 1-2 punch down the middle is something that we can only dream of. It would feed families for years. But in all seriousness, I wouldn't get my hopes up, because Kazakhstan's right now, it's all just a pipe dream. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. You can let me know down in the dirty old comment section if Mason McTavish is a player that you would secretly like to see suit up for the Canadiens one day. But at what cost? What would you be willing to give up? Or is this a player that you think that the Habs should just stay away from? I want to hear all about it. Please don't forget to give that like button a stone cold stunner on your way out of here. Let's see how many stone cold stunners we can give it. And hey, well, see you next time.